restaurant owners ask a lot, like, how long is my neon sign going to last? And I try to politely answer, longer than your restaurant.
Today I'm at Brooklyn Glass and I'm gonna go meet David Abalon. He's gonna show me how to make a neon sign from scratch. For a while now, you see neon signs in restaurants everywhere.
We recently celebrated the 100th anniversary of the neon sign.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago.
And when did you start really making neon signs for restaurants all over the city?
It's funny, Katie, because I mean, one of my favorite signs was in the 80s on Mott and Bayard. And we did a sign that said, we have Chinese food, we have Japanese food, we have Vietnamese food, and we did it in their own language. So that's one way of doing it. But what we've been doing a lot of is really subtle lighting. So like, let's say in Restaurant Balthazar or Cafe Cluny or Cafe Luxembourg, we've done neon in all the beaded sconces and behind the bar. You won't walk in to this turn of the century French bistro and say, wow, great neon. Because we've just made it like soft, subtle candlelight colors.
That's what's so interesting and unique about neon signage to me is like, it can be anything. Like for me, it's very like nostalgic, like cinematic vibe, but it can also be this entirely different addition to like the atmosphere and ambiance of a place.
You look at her, I think she's from Showgirls.
Yes.
So it can be just like incredibly sexy, incredibly in your face, or it could be so subtle, like in this little lamp
Yes.
here. Because it's such a versatile light source and super energy efficient. But it's
I believe it.
also really easy to make something really beautiful, which you're going to do today. So heat it, bend it, then blow it. And that keeps the diameter correct. So now I'm marking for my next bend.
So what can go wrong in this stage? Like what are beginner mistakes or just things that can happen?
Glass is kind of a dynamic thing. You're not ever sure what it's going to do. So I could put it in the fire and it could explode.
Great.
Hence the goggles.
Oh my God. How often does this happen? Or
Well,
that you've seen or experienced?
A lot. And you see how I'm turning the drawing?
Yes.
This
not
way-
the.
Yeah, this
Got
way I
it.
can bend up.
So bending up away from you is preferable then. You're marking exactly where you're bending. That's
Right.
it.
I'm
You're
marking-
making one mark.
I'm marking the inside of the bend. Now, a beginner would want to probably make 2 marks to know how far to go. When the glass is really soft, your mind goes to mush. So you really have, that's why you don't even look at the drawing. You have to know what bend you're making. So now I'm going to try the ribbon burner. So, and you notice I'm heating a little more than my mark. It's a lot easier than a little less. And you have to heat both sides of the tube. If you just heat one side, it'll explode.
Oh my gosh. So now we have to attach a second piece. How does that happen?
Well, first, what I'm going to do is attach the electrode.
This whole situation, it makes me nervous.
You see I can blow?
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. There's like no seam, it's just straight, clear tubing. You are making this seem so easy, but I know better.
So I like to put it here to cool off the table.
That's what these are for.
Mm-hmm.
So do you fuse this onto that in a similar way? To kind of, okay,
That's the last step though.
right.
It's not terrible.
All right, the first bend is here on the inside, right here.
So you're gonna bend up. There you go. Keep going. And pretty soon it's gonna get really soft, but I want you to try and keep it in the fire as long as you can. Okay, now bend it and blow it. Bend it, blow hard, blow hard. Okay, now put it right on the table. Drop it, it's okay. Not too shabby, but the first bend anybody can do.
I believe you.
You're gonna wanna mark it. Perfect, absolutely perfect. There you go. Bend your right angle.
This one's gonna have a lot of character.
But you're doing really well.
It's, you know what it is? When the glass starts melting, I freak out. I'm also thinking of T1000 with the hook hands stopping the elevator when I see that glass.
Don't stick.
It's ruined. It's ruined. Now what?
And you notice each one, you're getting more control of the glass, which means the glass is getting hotter. So when you blow, you're blowing it out more. Because at first you waited for it just to get soft, you made it bend.
So there's like the right moment, which the more you do this, you get a feel for like exactly when, how much, all of that. I'm just blindly like.
So now you're gonna wanna join this together.
Oh.
Okay, blow. Stop. Okay, now put it on the drawing. Beautiful. Now you can continue.
All right, so we're gonna
think we're
continue this
gonna,
way.
we're gonna try the putting on the electrode now. Now gently blow. Take it out of the fire and let's bend it. Blow hard. Blow hard. Okay, stop. Okay, now put it down on the table. There you go. Why don't you start by using the ribbon burner and doing this bend. There you go. Now bend it up in the air. Look at it. And make it smooth. Okay, now drop it on the drawing. You did it. This is remarkable. We've come much further than I thought we would. And I think you can do this in the crossfire. It might be a little easier than the hand torch. It's all yours. Go for it. Go for it. Straighten it out. There you go. Now what you have to do is see if it lights. So the first thing I'm going to do is take most of the air out of the tube, but I'm going to leave a little bit in. If atmosphere is 760, we're at 1. Now I'm going to apply high voltage. And what this is doing is it's vaporizing any impurities that are in the tube.
Wow.
No gas is in here yet.
A lot of work goes into making a neon sign, without a doubt.
So
Wow.
if it's done right, it can last a very long time. So now the bombarding process is done. The tube is very hot and I'm pulling all the air out of it. So we're going down into a really high vacuum. It's time to put in the gas.
All right.
So I'm going to stop pumping. Now I'm in a very high vacuum. And I'm going to put in a small amount of, in this case, neon gas. That was a little test just to make sure that it was good.
There it is.
It's pretty close.
It looks so good. Do you think people realize that every single piece they see is handmade? I don't think people realize these aren't being like mass produced in a factory somewhere.
So now it's your turn.
So if that suspicious area in there is not holding up, what would happen at this point?
It will either crack while we're bombarding it.
Okay.
It might have a leak. So I'm taking it slow and it's looking good. This tells me if there's a leak. You
Okay.
see the difference in color? It's actually looking really good. So I think you have successfully made your first piece.
What? Look at them. So cool.
It was really nice having you
It
here.
was an awesome day. I learned a ton. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to see more, click here. Welcome everyone, I'm Katie. I'm gonna be your server tonight. Just to let you know, we are cheering for knights in all of these colors. Yellow, red, what's our colors?